Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are down here in Galvino's workshop, and his construct, the Devil of Caroc, wants to go with us. And we're not sure if he will let her. She's female, basically, that's why I say her. What's the story between you two?
This charming specimen is a convicted murderer. The Devil of Caroc, she's called.
Mighty fine of you to start with my good qualities, and you wonder why we don't get more visitors.
Killed over a dozen people before they finally caught up to her in Stalwart. Perfect company for lonely camps and mountain passes, no?
He nudges you, all the while grinning wickedly at the motionless golem.
Hey, I know how to start a campfire.
The only reason she's not a frozen corpse is because I convinced the old mayor to let me try an experiment.
A shadow passes over his face. So you put a person's soul into a metal body? He leans back, raising his hands.
Into a work of art! Look at this! Craftsmanship worthy of a jeweler!
He traces the scroll work that runs along the golem's jaw.
Fully articulated joints, capable of grasping a pen and writing her own name.
He grabs her hand and delicately bends her tapered fingers.
And of crushing your throat.
She snatches her hand away.
Show me another smith anywhere in the Deerwood who is capable of such delicacy and precision. She is a masterpiece.
Galvino steps back and takes a longer look at her. So why did you build her?
Why build a fortress or a village or anything? To make something that keeps, that...
A disgusted sigh rattles in his throat.
It was the early days of the legacy. My peers in the colleges of Animancy were filling the Hollowborn with the souls of animals.
He pauses, scratching his chin. You're right, by comparison this sounds perfectly sane. He rolls his eyes.
I thought there was a better way.
He is silent for several seconds, his gaze growing indistant. It's actually good that Alof is not speaking here, because then you would notice that they have the same voice actor.
One with a Plum Academy job back in Salona. Don't forget that part.
Maybe you would notice that, I don't know, because when Eder and Alof speak, you don't notice it either, so probably not here. He glares at her with narrowed eyes. Ak, now we come to the truth. Reputation is everything in the Republics, and their reputation is built on success. Sorry, I'm trying to make the French accent with her. Why is she called the Devil of Caroc?
She committed her first crime in the village of Caroc. Burned a family alive in their home.
He shrugs.
Did the same thing in half a dozen other villages, but the name stuck.
I take it your experiment didn't go over so well with the rest of the village.
Here we go.
She rolls her eyes, rasping them against their sockets.
They were going to stone her anyway. Why not allow her to be put to some useful purpose?
His lips curl back from the yellowing teeth.
My life's ambition. To serve somebody's useful purpose.
Better that than no purpose at all.
I approached Mayor Sinahiod and begged. He saw the potential and allowed me the privilege of attempting my little experiment.
He sneers at the words and the indignity they recall. His shoulders are stooped and his teeth bared.
Then I accomplished what few animancers have even dreamed of. No academic support, no patron. Just me in the middle of nowhere.
He jabs a finger into his concave chest.
Oh, now you got 'em all wound up.
I transferred a fully intact soul from a living subject to a fabricated body. She retained her personalities, her memories, all of it.
He claws at the air with one thick-veined hand.
Yet the villagers saw only a stolen corpse.
He throws up his hands. Aren't you afraid she'll murder you?
She may be mad, but she's no fool. She wouldn't survive long on her own. If the villagers didn't send a hunting party after her, the Eramans would claim her. Her joints and mechanisms require maintenance, and she cannot perform all of it herself.
See, he's reminding me. In case I get any bright ideas.
Well, that's all I wanted to know.
She's a fine specimen, her personality notwithstanding.
He waves one hand in a circular motion. The golem says nothing, but her essence smolders. Resentment rises from her in shimmering waves. She swivels her head to look at you. Well, I'd like to have her. I like her personality. I know she's a murderer, but if she's following our orders, she can come with us. I'd like her to travel with me.
Quay? No, no, no. You don't know what you ask.
He shakes his head, waving his hands.
This woman, the devil of Caroc, she was a notorious murderer, burned people alive all over the region. Besides, she works for me. After all, I am the one who preserved her.
He straightens his back and looks you up and down, taking your measure. I have to say that this is not actually what I want, but I want to persuade him. Let me parade her around town. It'll infuriate those villagers. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
So you get use of the devil's services, and I get the satisfaction of knowing those stiffnecks are sweating through their small clothes, eh?
He sighs, but a smug grin has already worked its way across his face.
It's a deal.
Nice, and I don't even have to pay.
Fine price for a blacksmith striker. Suppose I should be flattered.
And there you have it, a bargain.
Then you got... She's a rogue. That means she will go straight into the thick of it. And, I mean, I cannot take myself out, so it has to be Palagina, I guess.
Cores.
Because she will have to go, well, in the front line. He gives you a sardonic grin.
A moment. You are going back to Stalwart, yes? Perhaps you could do me a favor.
Calvino gives you a thoughtful frown. Tell me about this favor.
There is a man in the village named Grinde, the head fisherman.
Yeah, we've met him.
The rest of Stalwart kisses his feet because he fills their stinking blades with speckleback. But I know he's not as virtuous as he seems.
His face crinkles in vicious glee. Seems like you have a history with Grind.
That self-righteous meddler engineered my eviction from the village. He turned them all against me. Now I want him to feel the scorn of those mush-brained imbeciles.
What exactly do you want me to do with him?
Humiliate him, of course. Show his neighbors what he truly is, and let him live with the disgrace.
He points vaguely in the direction of the village, his thin arm trembling.
He's always been a ripple sponge addict. Just got good at hiding it once his sainted sister died and left him in charge of the fishery. But he keeps a stash in the fishery, sneaks in at night when the others have gone home, and emerges sluggish and red-eyed a few hours later. I want you to expose him. Go to the fishery after dark when it's empty. Find his ripple sponge and show it to Renengild.
I see.
Do not answer me now. But when you return to that festering eyesore and smell the stink of fish that hangs in the air, consider what I've said.
He grins. We'll do that.
Your misgivings collect like grime on a doorstep. But think, if this Grinde is a fraud, does he not deserve to be exposed?
I think he does.
But be sure to approach the fishery by night, when it's empty. They will give you no end of trouble if they see you stealing during the day.
I had questions about the devil of Caroc.
As must the gods themselves.
He looks to the ceiling and opens his hands. No, enough about her. Let's discuss another matter. We already have everything.
Something else?
Tell me again about how to awaken someone. We know. More about the expeditioners who came to you before.
As would I, but there is little to tell. They never gave their names.
He tugs at his whiskers.
But they seem to know more about the battery than the others, which is unusual because they did not seem like typical adventurers.
He raises his snowy eyebrows.
Their hands were smooth and marked with ink, not scars, and they traveled light. Unusually so.
He rubs at his chin. Unusual indeed. What do you suppose they were looking for?
Val himself could not have said, and I haven't the time to concern myself with the business of strangers.
What were those constructs I encountered in your workshop?
Other projects, they are none of your concern.
You seem pretty eager to change the subject. He waves a hand and looks quickly away from you. He mutters furiously under his breath, raising his hands to the ceiling.
For years I've been trying to create another like the devil of Caroc. Yet those post-Enagos in Star-World destroyed my machinery.
His drooping skin trembles in his rage.
Now, I can only create these broken, mindless things. The devil remains my most perfect creation.
His lips twist with the taste of something better. Wait, where have you found the souls to create these other golems?
Smugglers, slavers, fugitives, the kind of riffraff that pass this way. Rarely missed, and good work to keep my little devil busy.
He shrugs. Why do you need more golems?
I can't present the devil of Caroc to the academies, can I? A mad woman and a murderer? No. I need to bring a success to the republics.
He rubs his hands together, frowning. I've heard enough. Calvino is already lost in thought, his eyes twitching at some mental calculation. Farewell. Find a villager in Stalwart whose sole ancestor is a dwarf of Durgan's battery. So we have to find a dwarf there. And we have to keep an eye on the devil of Caroc. And we have to level her up. Did we also have an update in our keep? Because I saw something. Interesting the way she looks like. She should go into stealth, yeah? Definitely stealth. Backstep. Sorry for that, someone just entered the room. I had to mute myself for a second. Dramatically increases damage done from stealth or invisibility. The rogue may use melee or ranged weapons but must be within 2 meters of the target. Well, melee... backstab looks nice, but... do we have invisibility? Does she have invisibility? That would be interesting. Let me go for that, but we'll see if she has invisibility. Stealth again. Crippling strike. The rogue attacks his or her enemy's ability to move around effectively, inflicting extra damage to and hobbling any enemy successfully hit. Reckless assault causes the rogue to dive into battle without a second thought, lowering his or her deflection but increasing accuracy and weapon damage. Escape allows the rogue to break engagement and expertly avoid the next attack, diving out of range to a specific location and granting a temporary defense bonus. Dirty fighting, the rogue employs a variety of underhanded tactics, turning some of their hits into critical hits. Maybe I'll go for crippling strike first. Stealth again. Okay, what now? Shadowing Beyond. Allows the character to temporarily turn invisible. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So that we can do the extra damage with that. Reckless Assault, we had that already. Finishing Blow. The rogue looks to finish off an injured opponent with a precise deadly strike that increases in damage the less endurance the target has. Riposte. The rogue looks for openings to counterattack in combat. Incoming melee attacks that target deflection and miss or graze have a chance of allowing an instant full attack riposte, only active with melee weapons equipped. Yeah, let's go for that. But let me read the influence. Expertise in the art of pain leads all slash, pierce, and crush damage caused by the rogue to also do raw damage over time. Let's go for riposte first. Stealth again. What next? This is all from other classes actually, so yeah. Offensive. She's using a spear, it seems. Let me see what we can do to have more accuracy with the spear. Dagger, rapier, mace, scepter, rods, hatchet, spear, quarterstaff, hunting bow, unarmed. Okay. Weapon focus, peasant. What else could we have? Venom strike. Marksman, gunner, dangerous implement. Implement. Two-handed, two-weapon style, dual-wield attack speed. Yeah, actually, let's go for that. No, two-handed style is the one we need for more damage. Yeah, let's go for that. Stealth again. Then, what news do we have? New things. Adept evasion. The rogue becomes especially skillful at dodging attacks, converting many reflex hits to grazes. That would be good. Coordinated positioning. In one quick move, the rogue instantly switches positions with one nearby target, cancelling engagement if in effect, automatic when targeting an ally. Otherwise must hit versus an enemy's reflex. Deep wounds, we had that already. Persistent distraction. Whenever the rogue is contributing to the flanked affliction on a target, the victim is also distracted. Oh yes, let's go for that. We have the key points for stealth. We used that before. Let me now go for... It was peasant? Yeah, for the spear accuracy. Stealth. What new things? Withering Strike. The rogue aims for a vital area, inflicting extra damage and weakening the target. Fearsome Strike. The rogue attempts to greatly hinder an opponent by targeting areas crucially important to their ability to fight, inflicting extra damage as well as weakening and hobbling a target. Maybe I now want to go for something evasion, yeah. First. Alright, keep that again. Something defensive. Snake's reflexes? Yeah, I think reflexes will be great. Stealth. And then smoke cloud. The rogue creates a small cloud of smoke that leaves adjacent enemies distracted for a short duration. I think I'll go for the one that is doing distraction anyways. Allows the rogue to size up a target's battlefield position, making sneak attack more effective when the target is afflicted by 2 or more conditions that allow a sneak attack. I'm not sure if I can make 2 or more, but the raw damage would be nice as well. Or the finishing blow. Once per encounter, Fearsome Strike would hobble. Yeah, let's go for the Fearsome Strike. Okay, taxes collected was that, okay. Just the taxes collected. Here, Grieving Mother is still assigned. Search the fishery at night. Yes, we have our new quests. Anything else? No, that's it, okay. Inventory. She's using a fine spear. She could use a hatchet as well if I wanted her to, but we're not going that way. She can't use... It cannot be unequipped. Yeah, I thought it would be the case like that. Galvinus Resonance Amplifier. Now that we also have the money, we should try to look for other apparel for her. Because she can wear anything else. Only the armor, of course, she can't change.
Hey there.
Alright, she will... Yeah, it's perfect. She's supposed to be in front lines.
Sure.
Alright, let's get out of here. No, it's not... Wait a second. Yeah, this way. Okay, where's the exit again? Is it here? Yeah, it's here. Actually, let's just go here. And then out of here. Alright. Okay. Menu. What is the easiest way to get out? We'll probably have to go here because... Maybe here. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Sounds like a... It sounded a bit like a, you know... a beat of some song or something. Didn't think I'd miss this place. Had that much right. Oh. Are you saying anything when we come here? Maybe, maybe no. No one is saying anything. Alright, let me check the quests. Find a villager in Starwood whose sole ancestor is a dwarf of Durgan's Battery. Keep an eye on the Devil of Caroc. This is something we can't do at the moment. Discover how Igadra died. Yeah, we'd have to kill the dragon for that. The Burden of Memory. Journey to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. I haven't found the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. Siege of Crackholds. This is also for later. The Battle of Yenwood Field. This is main quest. This is fired on and take his head. This is too much for the moment. The fisherman's penance. Search the fishery at night. Retrieve the stolen scroll and stuff. This also for later. Okay. It's daytime currently, so we should go sleep. Alright.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
Read his soul. You see a room dark and damp, a cellar. It looks like part of the inn rather than an old fortress. Through Haverig's eyes, you admires rows of gleaming bottles recently dusted and polished. As you step back from the shelves, you look on with satisfaction at a pressure plate concealed in the stone floor.
You got the look of someone with his teeth around a secret.
Cold fingers are locked around your arm. Her black eyes search you.
I wouldn't call it a secret. It's more like a mysterious thing he doesn't like to talk about.
You all right? I won't serve you if you're already drunk, you know.
He squints at you. I'd like a room.
Top quality bear pelts on every bed. You won't be disappointed.
Apparently nothing that he's apparently not the one we look for. Because otherwise we would have more dialogue options. Alright. We need one more camp supply. And then we're good. I'm not going to buy the... no, actually we could buy some white inifer. And... the stew for perception? Yeah, let's buy the stew for perception. That's all. Now we need to sleep. I actually haven't checked her points yet. Mites? Okay, this would be 14 usually. But her perception would be nice. Okay, and her resolve is not bad. I've made the constitution and dexterity up a bit. That's also very nice.
Yeah?
Okay. The problem is... Can I ask the cook? Out of jam again. What a disaster. Yeah, I would need to find a dwarf. I would like to go to the merchant first to buy some things for the devil, and then we can talk to her as well. If I just remember where that one was, it must be Edoran's wagon, where we had all that great stuff. Show me what you have for sale. I need some... Not an exception hunting bow. I need for you a spear if possible. A ring of deflection would be nice as well. It's expensive, but we can afford it. Accuracy while endurance is low, defense against disease and poison attacks. I think she doesn't have a problem with disease and poison, as she is a construct. In her lockpicks. That's all I can buy for her. Apparently we'll have to loot more for her. Tundra hood. It doesn't give us anything. A tundra clothing. Yeah, she can't wear any clothing. Let's buy the buckle for her. No, not for her. Maybe for someone else, and then we can give her in exchange. Okay, you can have the ring for sure. What do you have here? Decreases critical crit damage taken. For you? No. Does anyone else have a... Yeah, I have one. Knockdown duration, +2 dexterity. The dexterity is just too good to give away. Well, you already have a... I think you already are like that good, but let's give it to you for now. Can I not? Yeah, I can't enchant this one. Oh, I can enchant it. And we can put slaying. Let me put enchanted first. And then maybe against Kith would be the best. Yep. Nice. Now it is much better than it was before. Alright. I should put those into my inventory. Yeah, I'm not able to upgrade his staff, can I? No, I would like to put like burning, but it's fine. It's not that bad. It's not that needed. It's not night time yet, so we can't go to the fishery. Maybe we should go back and sleep another time. Let me first talk with her.
Didn't think there was anything more than lice and hoarfrost to these folk, but you had a look back there. What do you find when you're rooting around like that?
You seem rather interested in these villagers all of a sudden. Why?
Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka.
Tell me why you want to find Harmka.
So I can kill him. Wrap my fingers around his throat till he's as cold as his wretched village.
Her fingers tighten into fists, the metal squealing and rattling.
He was one of them. The mob that destroyed Cold Morn. I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business.
Dark iridescent whorls appear and fade on her chest plate. Heat ripples from her metal carapace. Sounds like there's more to it. This one's personal for you.
This man, Harmka. I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I seen you stare into souls.
Her fists clench and loosen in a series of rapid random movements.
I knew it were a fool's errand trying to hunt down every man and woman that carried a torch into Cold Morn. But
She twists her head from side to side and holds up her hand, the delicately engraved palm empty but grasping at something.
If I knew I got the one responsible for my kin and my hearth, I might could rest easy.
How can you be so sure about this Harmk fellow?
I took a good long look that night. Ours was a little place with a yellow door right on the edge of town. He was there.
She nods slowly.
Besides, I asked around when I first got to Stalwart. Townsfolk said that all the woodcutters in town took part in the purge. Point of pride for them.
A small plume of heat rises from a seam in her skull. What does this have to do with me?
I told you he was part of the mob. I spotted him watching my house when it burned. But when we find him, I want to know if he's the one responsible for my home, my parents, and my brothers and sister.
One of her thumbs rubbed absently at a scratch on her hand.
I never thought I'd have the chance to know for sure. But you could look into his soul and find out. You being a watcher and all.
Finding out might be getting your hopes up. How would you feel about solid hunch instead? I'll do what I can.
Mighty fine of you. Mighty fine indeed.
She nods again, her head bobbing along to a drowsy cadence.
Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know.
The black marbles of her eyes scrape against their sockets as she looks at you. Galvino said you murdered several people before he transferred you.
Effigy's eyes, that man loved to talk.
Her eyes roll in their sockets. Tell me why you killed those people.
If it's sane and logical reasoning you're wanting, you're gonna be disappointed. Ain't no sense in any of it.
I've heard parts of your story from others, but I'd rather hear the rest from you. Soft hissing noise comes from the Blanche column. You recognize it as a sigh.
Mayhap you've heard of Coldmore. Was a quiet, forgettable patch of the woods. Till a pack of rabid clodhoppers set it afire.
The fingers of one hand twitch and click against one another in a pair of sudden spastic motions.
That was the start of the purges. Dear Woodens killing their own.
You're upset. A sudden burst of heat flares from her seams as her essence surges and boils.
A farmer on the other side of the mountains woke up one day with his head all aflame and took it for the gibbering speech of his god. And so did a few thousand of his countrymen. So when he tired of Vorlus fields and marched west, a horde of armed Hicks followed.
What do you mean?
St. Widwin and his blazing crusade celebrated his coup in Raid Saris by invading the Deerwood. Most of his forces headed north to Helgot Citadel, but a lucky few thousand ventured through the mountains. Through Cold Morn.
We let him pass?
pass.
Yeah?
You were from Cold Morn? When I heard what happened out there after the war, I couldn't believe my ears.
Fine line between couldn't and wouldn't.
Why didn't you try to stop the Red Sirens?
They had us clean beaten numbers. Even bumpkins like us figured that. Just look at Mercy Vale. They fought back. And now there ain't one stone standing atop another in the whole village.
She sweeps one bronze palm across another, metal screeching.
Besides, we asked the Duke for help. Told him Widewind's troops was coming through the mountains. Seems he had better uses for his soldiers.
She crosses her arms over her plated chest.
So we let Widewind's soldiers pass. Left him for the Duke to wrangle on his own terms.
You hear a soft clank as she flicks her wrist, so Cold Morn was purged in retaliation.
Was after the Godhammer made a fine grid out of Widewind. when Deerwoodens were running on rage and looking for something to burn.
You catch glimacing glints at her seams as razor-thin wires pull tight within her body.
They came at dark. Hundreds of folk. Every one of them mourning someone lost in the war.
A dry chuckle ticks in her throat.
Must have decided it was our duty to escort their dead back to the wheel. They didn't light their torches till they had us surrounded. Time we saw them, there was a ring of fire closing around us.
She pauses and the mechanism in the back of her skull clicks dully.
I woke. Ran to the window. Whole village were a maze of flames. Couldn't see nothing for the smoke. And the screams.
Her thumb spasms to a strange rhythmic beat.
Most ran for the streets. Got caught by the mob. Others hid, let their houses burn down around them.
What did you do to survive?
Ran, fought, hid, burned. Same as my neighbors and family. Just luckier.
What does that have to do with your crimes?
Hunting down the men and women what took part. Thought that much was clear.
But you only killed people who attacked Cold Morn, right?
Sure.
Her voice is flat and as expressionless as her face, so not.
You want me to tell you straight? I found the men and women what destroyed my village, and I burned their houses down around them. Sometimes they was alone, and sometimes they wasn't.
What exactly did you hope to accomplish, apart from them being killed?
It were a mob that destroyed our village. But it was just one man that burned my family's house. Kept hoping I'd get to him as I was working my way through the rest of those maggots. No matter now, I suppose.
A sigh rattles out of her bronze skull, but her essence whips and twitches as restless as a cat's tail. You and Galvina had an unusual relationship.
Only kind to have with someone like him. Or me.
She crosses her arms. How long have you two known each other?
Around about 13 years. Too long, you ask me.
He claimed he made you.
He'd spread butter on bread and claim he made something. Never been accused of modesty, that man.
Her eyes roll widely.
He managed to stuff my soul into this heap of bronze, true enough. Maybe that makes him a genius. Also makes him a son of a bitch.
She drums her fingers along one scratched bicep. You resent him.
No other way to feel about the man who flayed my living soul.
Metal squeals as she shifts her folded arms. Did you ever consider murdering him?
Every day. Just kept putting it off. It's not like either of us was going anywhere.
What exactly did you do for him? She regards you for several seconds. She shrugs.
Looked after his tools, cleaned the workshop, swung the sledgehammer. Oh, and snatched up travelers for his soul tinkering.
What are you talking about? Those other golems, you mean?
But don't you worry. They were all bad folk.
Thank you for telling me.
Just so you know, you got a real professional working for you.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, I've had enough of him too.
She drops her arms, relaxing her posture. What was your life like before the Saints' War?
There weren't much to say about it. By my reckoning, that means it was pretty good.
She nods thoughtfully.
Ma was a trapper, taught me to set snares and dress game. Dad was a tinker. I never had his patience, but it were fun to watch him work. My brothers and sister, they was good folk too. Part of me's glad they ain't here to see me now.
Her face is as blank as ever, but her essence ebbs and withers. She turns away. About Durgan's battery?
Just 'cause I'm made of metal don't mean I got any special fondness for smiths and forges.
She flicks the prongs of her forearm, producing a dissonant ring. Do you know anything about it?
No more'n what Galvino already told you.
Any thoughts on which villagers I should check?
Long as we get to Harmka, we can search whoever you please. Let me know if you need someone in a chinlock.
You have a rare eye for talent, Diego. Do you remember any of the other expeditions that came to Galvino?
Nothing specific. Everyone looks about the same when they got their fingers up their noses.
She pauses thoughtfully, then her head snaps forward in a tiny quick moment of realization.
Only the last group, one before you, there was something different about them.
3 of her fingers clench and spasm.
Couldn't put my finger on it, but they was dangerous. Almost felt the hair on the back of my neck.
She runs her hand along the smooth, segmented bronze of her neck.
Ain't felt that way about anyone else walking through Galvino's door, that's for sure.
Never mind.
Murder, tracking, and the best materials for kindling. Those are more my area of expertise.
That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to end this episode here, so thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.